Coming in, you guys, is day number 134 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. This is the challenge that I've been doing all year long, getting in to a very, very, very cold ice bath every single day. This is the Morozco Forge. It's an ice bath company that makes its own ice and filtrates its water and all the things. And so I've been getting into there, and most importantly, it controls the temperature. And I've been getting into there every single day all year long. Today the water temperature 33.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So super duper dippity cold. Gonna get in there for 5 minutes, and I've been doing that every day, showing you guys on camera, not just me doing this every day, but also teaching you some principle either about cold therapy or kind of mindset when it comes to getting into cold. So today, you guys, I just got back. I'm doing this a little bit later than normal. It's just past 6 p.m. Eastern time. I usually go 5 p.m. Eastern with these videos. And I went to a massage therapist today. I had a 90-minute session because my right shoulder has been jacked. I've had a big old knot right there. And 1 week ago, she started working on it and got a lot of the issues from the back side. Today, she came at the front side with the pectoral muscle. I can even feel some of the bruising where she was pressing so hard, and a lot on the outside part of the shoulder. So I wanted to know, what would it feel like after doing a very deep tissue massage? I would call it from the pits of hell massage, because she had her elbow and she was in there really hard working on me. And by the way, a lot more mobility, a lot less pain, other than the pain of the massage itself. But I want to get into the ice bath because I think it's going to help with some of the recovery from the massage. So let me set this down so I can get in here, and I'll let you know in real time exactly what it feels like and the recovery. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Just a reminder, I'm doing these pre-recorded in the month of May. I typically go live on Instagram every single day at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So when I come back in June, go follow me over on Instagram, no matter where you're watching this, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or on Instagram. Go follow me at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN. All right, let me get in there. 5 minutes on the clock, and here we go. You'll notice all the ice melted because when I filled it, it's definitely going to overflow when I get down. Oh, baby. Oh, my gosh. Where she massaged. Oh, that feels so good. Wow. Wow, yes. My goodness. All that massaging was highly inflammatory. Oh, this is such good. Oh, this feels so amazing. We'll go down a little deeper. Oh. I was next to tears while she was massaging me today because I had some tight, knotted muscles, and she was able to get in there and work on them. But man, I'm a grown man, but I was boo-hooing my eyes out. Oh, and it's starting to rain outside. I smell the rain in the air. Okay, you guys, yes, so post deep tissue massage, cold therapy is a great way to calm down a lot of the inflammation that was induced by the massage. And when I say deep tissue, I mean way down deep. Deep in the heart of Texas tissue. It's just, And so it's necessary sometimes for a masseuse to do that. And it's easy to think, okay, just let it play out and let that warmth stay there. But cooling down, which I will probably talk about in another episode at some point, is very similar to recovering from working out and your muscles getting the muscle soreness that way. And one of the things that cold therapy does for muscles when you cool them down after they've been inflamed through working out or from a deep tissue massage is it helps with the recovery. So yeah, I'm so glad I'm getting into the ice bath after. Now obviously if you're gonna get a deep tissue massage, never ever 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 go into a cold shower or ice bath before you go, because what that does is it makes the muscles more rigid and it's harder for them to get in there and do what they have to do. They're trying to loosen things up, and all you're doing with an ice bath is stiffening the body. And so make sure that you always reserve doing the cold therapy until after you do your massage. Word to the wise. But it feels better after anyway. Like I'm in this now shortly after leaving the massage therapist, and yeah, I can tell you this is helping. And look, she's helping me get out of pain, finding the knots and everything. The cold is helping me recuperate from what she did. Now I will still feel the effects of her massage tomorrow. I did for almost a week last time, but I hadn't been to a masseuse in a very long time at that point. So it's nice to be in a regular routine of going there now, and I'm glad I'm doing that. All right, let's get ready to go under the water. Got about 15-ish seconds left. Here we go. I'll be right back. No visible ice in there today, but it was plenty chilly. I can assure you of that. And there was a big sheet of ice at the bottom. So plenty of cold therapy for J-More. All right, so I see it raining out there. I'm not scared of rain. I just don't want my iPhone to get damaged, and so let me assess as I start walking around out there. But yeah, you guys, cold therapy following a deep tissue massage, highly recommended. It's definitely something that's going to help in the healing process. It's also numbing some of the pain associated with the massage itself. And look, it was a lot of pain in the short term so that I can be out of pain in the long term. Because the reason I went to see him was the jack shoulder. And it turns out I had several issues, not just on the back side and not just on the top side, but also in the kind of pec area. So I'm glad that I'm getting that taken care of. And it is so much better. Yeah, I couldn't even have mobility the first time I went in. It was so messed up. But it's great because you want your body to recuperate after something like a deep tissue massage. And as always, the yappy dog is yapping away like he always does. Pain in my ass is what he is. So, but it's wonderful when you can use cold therapy strategically to help you in the healing process. And that's the way I want you to see getting into a cold shower or getting into an ice bath. It's not meant to be this torturous thing. It's not meant to be something that you don't desire. When you realize it's a part of your healing journey, it makes it a lot easier to embrace it. There's no negative stigma attached to it. I feel like with so many things, we like to attach a negative stigma to things. Whenever I first started on a low-carb diet, oh my gosh, you can never have bread or pasta or French fries. And it was all these things that you couldn't have. And nobody talked about the things you could have, number one, but all the healing benefits that cutting those things out were going to do for you. Nobody. They all lament these things that they want in their diet and don't look at, hey, when I removed those things, look how my diet improved and look how my health improved as a result of that. And so big picture is always helpful. It always gives you more of a buy-in factor when you can look at the big picture of things and you can assess the situation and go, you know what, in the interim, getting in that cold, yes, it sucks in the moment. But in the long run, if it helps me sleep better, if it helps me lower inflammation, if it helps me lower blood pressure, if it helps me become more insulin sensitive, if it does all these effects in my life, if it lowers my anxiety and depression, it makes me feel good. If it does all of these healing things, isn't that motivation for you to keep doing it? Yeah, it sure is. If you just did the quote unquote torture of getting into a cold bath or a cold shower, if you just did it and it was just the physicality of it, who would keep that up? Nobody, unless you're a sadistic person. But when you see the big picture, the why are you doing this? It makes it so much easier to buy into it, doesn't it? So knowing that I was coming from a deep tissue massage today and getting into that, the why is, hey, I'm going to get some relief from some of that therapy that she just did. I'm going to be able to lower some of the inflammatory things that she did. All right, we're starting to get heavy rain now. I'm more worried about my iPhone. I'm not worried about being wet. I'm completely wet from the ice bath. I just don't want my iPhone to get flooded, but it is definitely pouring down rain. You can probably hear it off the rooftops. I'll stay out here for a couple more minutes. I don't care about the rain. But the bottom line is you're doing this for the healing properties. So keep the focus on that. Allow your brain to embrace the good that's happening with the cold. Then when you're in the cold, you're like, yeah, this kind of sucks in the moment, but look where I'm headed. It's the same with the massage I just had. In the moment, that sweet girl that was torturing me, in the moment, it was so painful. Got me next to tears, lots of pain all throughout my body as she was working on various parts that needed to be worked on. And now on the other side of that, feeling the way I do and the way the arm is moving, the pain level has been relieved from the initial issue. In the moment, it sucked. In the aftermath is where the healing is happening. And I want you to look at cold therapy in the same way. In the moment, yes, it sucks. Yes, it takes your breath away. Yes, you have to learn to breathe. Yes, it can be extremely uncomfortable as you try to endure it. But remind yourself when you're in it, I'm healing. I'm doing something good for my body. And if you constantly remind yourself that this is something helping you and not hurting you, because it is immensely helping you and not hurting you at all. Uncomfortable, sure, but uncomfortable is not hurting you. Uncomfortable is just some temporary state of mind. That's all uncomfortable is. But healing, that right there is permanent. When you start healing the body, putting your body in a better place, a better position to operate the way it was intended to operate. That's why you're doing it. That's why you want to embrace cold therapy. And I'm so proud of so many of you who I know have started doing warm showers, which is great. At the end of your hot shower, just turn down to warm. Start there. And some of you have graduated to cold showers. Wonderful. Wonderful if you're doing cold showers. And then from cold showers, you get into an ice bath, ice in your bathtub. That's wonderful. You might do a little cryotherapy. Perhaps you go outside during the wintertime. I know we're heading into summer, but outside during the wintertime and getting cold that way. And then finally getting into a very controlled temperature ice bath or cold plunge. And it's phenomenal progressing your way through all this. I never want you to compare anybody else and what they're doing to what you're doing. Well, Jimmy, you're doing 32 degree Fahrenheit for 5 minutes. I'll never be able to get there. That's not your goal. That's Jimmy's goal. Your goal is to get in that level of coldness that's uncomfortable yet doable and try to get in at least 1 to 2 minutes. If you can last 2 minutes in an uncomfortable but doable, and you replicate that day after day after day after day, guess what's going to happen? Your body is going to adjust and you'll be able to handle it. I'm just amazed at all the people. I'll never do that. Okay, yeah, with that attitude, you won't ever do that. It's amazing how people won't even give a second look to this, some people, simply because, well, that sounds painful. Okay, well, so did keto. And so did fasting. And so does working out in the gym. But guess what? Many of you have embraced those things. You have. Some of you do the carnivore diet. You only eat animal foods. That was probably hard at first as well. And it seemed impossible to do. And yet here you are doing it. All I ask about cold therapy is that you give it an honest try. And like I said, if that means starting with warm showers and slowly working your way down, then that is what you need to do. All right, guys, let me get out of here for now. As always, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go follow me over on Instagram. Would love to have you follow me there because I go live in that thing on Instagram. When I come back in June, we'll be getting back to the lives again, going in there live with you guys, interacting with you, kind of the little mini, what do we call it? The freezing talk. So I'm freezing my butt off, and then we go and kind of walk around my neighborhood and talk. So join me over on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. Would love to have you join over there. I do lots of content beyond ice baths, but I do a lot of cold therapy content on Instagram. So go follow me there so you never miss anything that I do. And yeah, hope you are enjoying your weekend, you guys. I am going to go dry off. I haven't really eaten supper yet, so I need to go eat some food. And I'm gonna throw a rock at that dog if he doesn't stop yapping. He literally yaps 24/7. It's a pain in the ass. Anyway, I need to CBD oil this shoulder as well because she worked hard on it today, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I can't wait to start lifting weights again because I miss doing weightlifting and kettlebell swings and tire flips and all that. So soon and very soon, this will be healed and I'll be able to do that. All right, guys, let me get out of here for now. Thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.